Hey, you guys, welcome back to another video. I was about to say something totally different. And as y'all know, this is my best friend Juanita. She's still in the cut.
Hi.
So today we have a seafood boil going on. Let me put this right so y'all can see. Okay. Just wanted y'all to see that. We are very hot, y'all. I've been cooking. Yeah. So right here we have my sauce, of course. And then we're going to try something new today, which is the Alfredo sauce. And we're just going to get into the food and get into the topic. All right, y'all? All right. Let's go. I'm going to start with this. In the cut, we got some lemons. That is good. She got the same sauce on the side. It's too big to fit, y'all. We got a feast over here. We got eggs, shrimp, sausage, potatoes, crawfish. Y'all know I love my crawfish. We got crab legs, corn, and I think I named it all.
You have me a piece of pepperoni?
I don't know. It's so much stuff, y'all. I don't even know what. I'm like, gonna grab. I said there's so much stuff. I don't know. Well, I'm over here grabbing.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
How many of y'all love seafood? Leave it in the comments below. Because if you do, I'm going to come over your house and say, cousin. My sauce is very thin. Because that's how I like it. See that on some? Eat.
Really? You know what? Like sitting across from here on TV and you watching something, you'll be able to open your mouth too. Same time, like somebody give it to you.
We're just grabbing y'all. You don't mind us. We're gonna get on the topic very soon. Ooh, that sausage banging. With the potatoes. We got crab legs down here hiding.
They can hide.
Y'all, she never had crab legs.
Jesus.
Hey, it is what it is. She never had crab legs or crawfish. So today, y'all know me. She gotta eat some. So I got my little pineapple, y'all. One of my favorite little cups. And I got me some sparkling ice black raspberry water.
It sounds fizzy. Like.
sparkling.
Oh.
But this is the only flavor I really, really like.
What kind is that?
Black raspberry.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna put that to the side though, cause shrimp. Try to see that. So today, our topic is kind of serious. It is serious. I'm not even gonna say kind of. I know y'all used to, the comedy, which I love performing. But today, we picked like a serious topic. And what made us think about this was the Central Park 5. And if y'all unaware of that story, check that out on Netflix. And we came across another story, also on Netflix, about a young man by the name of Khalif Broader. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I do want to apologize for that. May 15, 2010, Khalif was accused of robbery. So what happened was, the cops, and before I go on about that, this took place in New York City. And what happened was he was leaving the party with his friend. Cops received a 911 call about about two black guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two black guys robbed somebody for a book bag. A book bag.
Right.
And the cops at that time, Mayor Giuliani, that's the name, I think so. He was running this whole stop and frisk thing going on down in the city part. So he happened to be one of the guys who was targeted.
That's it. That's what's in that.
What?
What?
I told you a little piece of meat. It's so good though. The little piece of meat, you have to eat like 20 of them, but it's so good. It's so good. But as I was saying before, the cop had these, stop and frisk. So that means it don't matter who you are, what you're doing. They can stop you at any time and frisk you.
For no reason.
For no reason at all. So Khalif happened to get stopped by the police and was told to be identified as one of the guys who
did the robbery.
Yeah, did the robbery of the backpack. I'm ready to get some crab legs, just know. And during this robbery, during this book bag stolen, it was said to be a $700 $700 camera, along with debit card and a couple of more, expensive things. They did not find a book bag on him, around him,
or nothing that was in the book bag.
or nothing that was in the book bag. They took him to jail, took him to the holding cell, and he was interviewed. The interviewer kept him in there all over. Listen, y'all, 5 minutes. Interview started at 7:45. Interview ended at 7:50. All of 5 minutes. He thought he was going home.
That's what they told him.
Yep. They told him that he was going to go home. But that's not what happened. He ended up being greedy. But he ended up staying for 3 years, y'all. 3 years. He spent 1,000 days on Rikers Island. And 700 of those days he spent in solitary confinement. Khalif was 16 years old when he was arrested for a crime he did not commit. Not only did he not commit the crime, they had no convictions against him. Meaning, he sat in jail for 3 years without a conviction, without anything holding him in there. He was given a bail at one point of his, his stay. I'm gonna try some of this sauce, y'all.
I tried it with the potato. It was good. Hold up.
That's Alfredo, y'all. And sorry. He was given a bail of $3,000. Now I know some of y'all, I'm like, oh, $3,000, that's nothing, you know?
Right.
But let me tell you the background of Khalif. A little bit of background that I found out. Khalif was born to a drug addict mother and was put in the system since he was a kid, meaning foster care. He stayed with his foster mother for all his life, but in that process, she became his adopted mother as well. And she also adopted his real siblings as well. Let me put my corn in there. I want all that flavor. That's so good.
In the way. It's them eyeballs.
This girl. Snow crab. Leave in the comment below what kind of do you like snow crab? What crab legs do you prefer? Snow crab, king crab, or Dungeness? I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I love Dungeness crab.
Excuse me.
It's sweet. He was in trouble a couple of times because, I didn't care. You growing up in New York, and he's a boy on top of that. You run into situations and, he grew up in poverty. His mom, his foster mom, well, his adopted mom, shall I say, she was, she tried to do the best she could. She was married to her husband who actually worked for the bus company. Right? MTA is New York City bus company.
I'm not sure, but I know.
Well, he worked for MTA, which I think is the bus company.
When that time came for him to even have the bail, he had the bail money. He just walked out on them. Had the bail money, wouldn't even give it to them.
Yeah, because he figured, because he got in trouble, because Khalif got in trouble before, that whatever happened was true, you know?
Right.
Which was totally incorrect, which was totally heinous. And I feel like, as a father, like, I don't care what kind of father, when you take on that role as father, you know what I'm saying? You, or mother, you protect your child.
No, I don't want to touch that.
You're supposed to protect your kid, you know?
Yep.
So, he had a good job. And at that time, he could afford it. He could afford to pay that that 3,000. Um, excuse me, and get Khalif out of jail. You know, mind you, he's 16, and I'm gonna discuss the prison that he was actually in. All this happening, why he don't even have a conviction.
Right.
DA, the judge, it was always an excuse as to why, you know, his court dates are not being met, why his needs are not being met. He had over 30 court days, y'all. 30 court days. And within them 30 court days, this is her first time eating that. It's good, girl. Told you. But within them court dates, the DA had so many excuses, y'all.
Yeah.
The judge had so many excuses, y'all. Everybody had so many excuses, and this young man was sitting in jail, rotten,
Yep.
fighting for his life every day. He not just because. Well, let me explain Rikers for the people that are not fluent with New York City, in their jail systems. Rikers Island is one of the most disgusting prisons ever. It was built many years ago. I'm talking about before half of us was even alive. And what happened was, hold on, y'all. Trying to make sure y'all still see it. Okay. Ooh. Bye, potato. A potato went that way, y'all. So, I'll see you later. So, what happened was, he ended up going to Rikers. His mom, he had a $3,000 bail, a $900 bonds.
Yep.
So the mom, it took her 2 weeks to gather that money, but in the midst of everything, you know what I'm saying, it was hard. She was borrowing. She was doing whatever she could to get that money for Khalif. I'm sorry, y'all. This situation gets me so upset because it's like, just imagine how many other Khalifs there are right now.
Exactly.
In jail, in prison, for crimes they did not commit, for things they did not do. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it's like they're getting them young, you know? So back to the situation at hand.
This legs.
Not back to the situation at hand. Don't be scared. Why would you start? Don't start with that one. Okay, well, you can.
I don't know, man.
Show them you cracking it.
I ain't cracking. I'm cracking nothing. Yeah, I actually scratched my damn toe.
Y'all, just remember, it was all over a book bag. Yes, it was. Nobody knows what was in that book bag because the witnesses, first of all, he had 30 court dates because of the prosecutor, the DA, and the judge, but also the witness. The witness never came forward. Never, came to press charges.
The witness moved.
The witness, yeah.
It relocated.
Relocated, everything. So it was just a messed up situation for him all in all. But like I said, his mom came up with the money. And she took it down to the bail bondsman. He processed it. He accepted the money. He's in the computer. He's doing his thing. And next thing you know, he gets a little, the little warning box that comes up and says his bail was denied. Khalif bail was denied because he was on probation. So probation kept him because, when you're on papers, whether it's probation, parole, whatever, if you could do anything, and in this case, do nothing, but you end up in jail or prison or anything, you can get out according to the courts, but it's according to your parole officer or your probation officer, they can hold you. And that's what they did in his situation. Now, mind you, just imagine if you're living in a state where you could be stopped at any time if frisked, search done. And even if you don't have nothing because you look suspicious, they could take you to jail.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When they searched and frisked him, they didn't find nothing on him. They didn't find the book bag. They didn't find the credit card, the debit card, or whatever it was. They didn't find the camera, $700 camera. They didn't find none of that. But because he fit a description of being black, and I'm going to say this, if you're sensitive to racial situations, you might want to not watch this. Don't get me wrong, I'm from a family, we are very diverse. I come from a family full of different cultures, different religions, and different ethnic groups. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not racist at all. But in the times we live in that, racism does still exist. This situation happened in 2010, y'all. 2010. So that was just yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
That was yesterday. And yes, I did say yesterday. And
I'm getting all on my chest and everything.
I got a couple of facts down here, y'all, because I just want to make sure I'm getting facts. Like I said, if you want to, I'm not going to spoil alert it too much as far as the Netflix series, which I can't at all anyway. But and that's only because I did not watch the whole series, but I did do my research on it, but I am going to watch that whole series. Sometimes it's hard for me. I don't know if anybody else like that, but sometimes it's hard for me to watch stuff like that. I get upset. I get upset. And the crazy part is, when he was in Rikers, we can't even really make this a race thing either, because when he was in Rikers, he was getting beat up by the
young generation.
By black kids, by black correctional officers. You know what I'm saying? So definitely I'm not pointing this all on, the other races. I'm not doing that. But what I will say is, how can we keep somebody in prison for the theft of a book bag? A book bag. How can we keep people in prison with no evidence?
It's crazy.
How can we keep people in prison? And then it's like, y'all taking these babies, because at this time he's 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? They took him, and then they put him in Rikers at that.
Exactly.
Out of all the jails you could have put this boy in, you put him in Rikers. So not only is he in Rikers, he dealing with gangs in Rikers. And in his time in 2010, Rikers, because I can't really speak on now, but in 2010, Rikers was full of gangs. Rikers was ran by the gangs. They had certain codes. Like when you come in there, they ask you with the program. And that meant if you say you with the program, that means you got to give up your commissary. That means they had special days where muffin days, I guess, muffin days. Yep. And they got to giving all your stuff to the gangs.
Yeah, for protection. That was basically for their protection.
Yeah, it's for protection, but you're going hungry. Just know.
Right.
But if you say 9 with the program, like Khalif and many other young men that you will see in that series, they did not want to be with the program. So if you're not with it, you get jumped. And I'm not talking about 2 kids. No, I'm talking about jump by between 9 and 10 kids, like at a time. Like, and I'm not talking about let's just jump them, let them bleed, go away. No, I'm talking about jump to the point where you're nearly gonna die. You know what I'm saying? He had broken face. His face was broken at one point. His ribs was broken at one point. Many bodily parts was broken for this man. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And he was released 3 years after that. Oh my gosh, y'all. When I say one of the CEOs in this series is mentioned, and his name is Hertz. He's mentioned quite often. I guess he was probably like the head CEO, whatever, ruling everything. Because even then, he would take some things from them too. If they get some money from commissary, he'll take it too. And he was saying like, excuse me, and correct me if I'm wrong. He was saying like Khalif, as far as who I'm saying. He was saying that Hertz would, neglect him. Basically, not allow him to take shower for weeks. I'm talking about weeks. He said it was to the point where he smelled himself. Like he was stank. Starved him. Or give him trays. Half eaten off that somebody else, And Khalif wouldn't eat it. And like, I wouldn't eat it. You eat it? I wouldn't eat it either. But at points, that's how he was so strong-willed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because to the point of starvation, and you won't even eat the scraps, that means your will had to be way stronger than your stomach. Because, we could all say what we would have did in that situation, but you wouldn't know what to actually do in that situation until you're actually being put in that situation. Yeah. And he was denied a fair trial, period. You know what I'm saying?
He was denied medical attention. Even when he was suicidal, they watched him sit there, try to hang himself, hanging there. And his camera showing that they stood right there and watched him do it. And went in. And then when they went in and let him down, they jumped on him. And he fought his way into the hallway to bring it out so he could see it on the camera. Crazy.
There is definitely a lot of real footage in that documentary too, y'all. Everything is not just hearsay. It's a lot of raw details in there. And I seen one video where you see Khalif walk, and then next thing you know, you see a boy. He walks, but he stops. He kind of looks up, and then next thing you know, you see like some. What's that, shaving cream, some kind of white cream go over the camera. It was said that a lot of those CEOs would initiate the fights. Yeah. And Rikers. And this is not just for kids like Khalif. This is kids everywhere. These are, you know what I'm saying? Because they said the adolescent part of Rikers was way worse than the adult side. Yep. Which it sucks, because these kids were called animals. These kids were made to fight. These kids were made to take over the prison. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And they had a word. I can't remember, but what they called them in there. They didn't call them numbers or last names. They called them. Oh man, I can't remember. But it was something attached to animal. You know, and that's enough. Like if you being told all your life that this is a way or this is who you are, eventually you will start believing it. So I feel like they would call animals so much that they just turned into them. They turned into animals. Some COs had to wear like garbage bags.
Yeah, because they would throw their shit at them walking down the hallway.
You throw feces and stuff at them. Yeah, so
freaking nasty.
The place is nasty, y'all. First of all, you're gonna see real pictures, real video of this place, and when I say it looks disgusting. I wouldn't even want to visit that place on a tour. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even want to be a correctional officer in there. I wouldn't want to be nothing in there. It is so unsanitary. It is so disgusting. You know, and the fact that Khalif had to endure that bull for something he didn't even have he had no business in there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made him violate his probation. He walking from a party, minding his damn business, and here goes some NYPD thinking, oh, they said 2 black guys, so we see 2 black guys, so this had to be the 2 black guys, you know?
Right.
Like, you know, and I feel like, you know, nowadays, I ain't even gonna go all deep like that, but, because I really can. But, eventually, 3 years later, Khalif was released, and Khalif was no longer Khalif. You know what I'm saying? And who would be? He was beaten, he was tortured, he was starved, he was sexually assaulted by not just the children in there, but also the people that he thought was supposed to protect him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they didn't. He came out. His mother said on many occasions that physically he was Khalif. He was him. But mentally he was not there. Nope. They show pictures of his room, how he beat, punched holes through the walls because he just couldn't take it, y'all. He couldn't take it. It broke him. The things he endured in there, he never endured in his life. You know what I'm saying?